Here are the 5 things that I recommend that you make a healthier swap with if you want to just to start to see benefits and improvement in your life in 2025. So, hi, my name is Shalene Davis. I'm here to Fit Mom's Journey. I've been eating sugar-free and a healthy lifestyle for over 7 years now. So I often get asked when I tell people that I'm sugar-free, so what kind of sweetener do you use? What kind of oils do you use? What kind of bread do you use? All of these questions that I'm going to cover in today's video. So if that sounds interesting, stick around and we will get right into it. So the first category I'm going to cover is sweetener. So it's no surprise that sugar is very bad for us. We know that, right? We've all been told that. We know how bad it is for us, but unfortunately it is an addiction. So you do have to wean off of it. But this is some of the ones that I recommend. So you can get this at your local Walmart, Gerbs, whatever your box store is that's closest to you. So it's an erythritol and stevia blend. It's actually, this has allulose in it. So some of the safer sweeteners, we don't like to talk about I don't recommend aspartame. I don't recommend let's see, what was the other ones? The ones I do recommend, let's just go there. Allulose, monk fruit, erythritol, stevia. And so they each have their different properties when you get into baking and different things like that. But so this is a powdered sweetener that I buy. Trim Healthy Mom was the plan that I've followed for quite a while, and they were helped me be successful in the beginning. I recommend them to follow if you want to just kind of know how to kick sugar habit and completely just start. Trim Healthy Mom is a great way. Unfortunately, I got stalled and I needed to do some things different. So I'm over 40, and of course that means something different. So I had to do some tweaks and still working through that, seeing what that looks like. But erythritol is the one I use. Erythritol stevia blend is what I use most of the time. So I'll have that on anywhere you would use sugar, basically. This stevia is a really good stevia. This is the only one I've ever really used. I know there's one at Walmart that some friends of mine recommend that they're sugar-free. They said it's really good. I might try it here in the future. But this is the one, and yes, it's a Trim Healthy Mama brand, but it's really good. I put that in my coffee, any of my drinks. It doesn't take very much at all to sweeten up anything. So this is more for baking. So this is like pretty much cup for sugar, and just really good, closest to sugar taste as possible. So if you're just starting out, maybe get something like this. But even my non-sugar-free family actually really likes the erythritol stevia blend. I can put that on my son's strawberries and he'll eat it, and he's not sugar-free. So that is the sweeteners that I recommend. So category number 2, you have to swap out the highly processed breads for a better choice. So I'm not saying these are perfect. They're just a better option. So a lot of this, we're just making swaps, and you really don't even know the difference. Most people have been able to switch to the sugar-free keto lifestyle because it tastes so good. Like, a lot of people say they love this and they're not even sugar-free. So this is just a keto-friendly carb counter. I think this is the one you can get at Sam's. The ingredients here, probably not the cleanest ingredients, but definitely a better option than your basic white flour. So you've got enriched bleach flour, barley, niacin. I try to say that if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. So like I said, not completely the healthiest swap, but much, much better. And if you're looking to try to lose a little bit of weight in 2025, just by swapping this out every time you would have had that will really help you. So breads. So this is just your normal basic white sandwich bread. Unfortunately, I buy this for my family because that's what they prefer, but it's the same kind of thing. It looks like it's very similar to these ingredients. A lot of it I can't pronounce. So this is Like I said, this is not the most perfect bread, but I know if it's got the seeds in it, it's got organic whole wheat flour, cracked whole wheat, seeds. Flax seeds is a really good one, sunflower seeds, steel cut oats. It's got quinoa in it, so much better option. And I think if you have a Sam's membership, you can get 2 of the Dave's Killer bread, or at least 2 of the keto breads for like 10 bucks. So I keep this in my freezer. I do not go through this anywhere close to where before it would go bad. So I just keep this in my freezer, pull out a piece when I want some avocado toast, or when I want just any kind of toast, any kind of sandwich, a grilled cheese. You can make probably a keto version of a grilled cheese, which would be really good. So if not keto, definitely a healthier version. So you gotta swap out your sugars and you gotta swap out your bread flour items. Number 3 on this list is dairies. So this is not horrible for you, but it is not weight loss friendly. It's got carbs and fats together, and it's just not going to be weight loss friendly for you. So I've made the switch from this whole milk to, I usually do an almond milk. Most of the time I don't even know the difference when you're putting in a smoothie, when you're putting it into your kefir, when you're putting it into different things like that. You really don't taste too much of a difference. So I usually have some kind of an unsweetened almond milk. You definitely want unsweetened. And so that is kind of my swap for that. Heavy cream is just a really good fat. So we're gonna be getting into fats here in just a little bit, but heavy cream is just a really good dairy and a good fat. If you know anything about keto, they recommend a lot of this. I think they kind of go a little dairy heavy and a little heavy on the fats with the keto. So keep that in mind. Having a splash of this in your coffee, if you are one of those people that are like into those really sugary creamers, then have just a splash of this, and you can even do some different flavored syrups. They have sugar-free ones out there. They're very good, highly recommend them. And consider, let's go into this. So some kind of cream cheese. You can make so many good keto-friendly, healthier foods that are gonna make you feel satisfied. So these fats are what's going to make you feel satisfied. When we get into the fats there, that's how you feel satisfied. That's how you feel satiated. Of course, you need protein. That's a whole nother video probably, but just some good cream cheese here. Cottage cheese is another one. I actually don't have a container of that, but I like to take and just scoop this into little half cup servings and put that in my freezer, and then that way I can add that to my eggs like I did this morning. I can link that video for you. You can add it to a smoothie. It makes really good ice cream. So many good things you could do with cottage cheese. So here I have kefir. So consider adding some kind of fermented dairy to your diet. Fermented foods are so good for your gut, and your gut is where your health and so many things start in the gut. And so if you can do some kind of fermented dairy, you don't have to start off with kefir like I have here. You have to have grains in order to do that. So you can either order those online, or if you have a friend that has them, then you can do that. But everybody can get yogurt. It's at your local store. As long as it's the Greek yogurt and there's nothing added to it, it's going to be good for you. You can make your own yogurt. I have a video that I can link below on how to make your own yogurt, because this amount of yogurt would be $5 at the store, and I probably spent, I don't know, $1 making all of it. So highly recommend that you do some kind of fermented dairy. Make your swaps from your whole milk to like that. Cottage cheese is a really good high protein. Sour cream's fine. Just do the full fat. Don't do like, usually when they get to the low fats, they're adding something bad when they're taking something out. So try to remember that, and we will get into it. If you guys are finding value out of this video, consider hitting the like button. I hope that you're enjoying it, and we're gonna keep going on. So it's no surprise that I'm sure your mama told you to eat your veggies, right? So veggies are very important, but not only are they important, they're actually a key component in being satiated, right? And so having protein, of course, you want to do that, and you want to have a lot more protein in order to not have like to always be snacking and always be hungry and everything. But the veggies are a big part of that also. So I recommend having 2 to 3 servings of vegetables every day. And if you want to, you can have, I guess it's called a crudité, but just kind of keep some veggies cut up and just have, you know, a cucumber before you have your meal. Have like a little half of a cucumber or some peppers or have a good salad. Of course, you know, starting your meal with a salad is always a good thing. So there's actually studies saying that if you start your meal with some kind of a raw veggie, it just helps you digest your food so much better. So if you can see here, this is one of my tips. Carrots and celery are really good if you keep them in cold water. They will last a lot longer and be nice and crisp and good. This is some cauliflower rice. In one of my other videos I showed you that I just take a head of cauliflower, blend it up, put this in my freezer, and I'll usually have this sauteed with some eggs on top, avocado, all that good yummy stuff. So my go-to breakfast veggies are cauliflower rice, cabbage, and then sometimes even zucchini. Those are like my go-to. Of course, I've got my mix from this morning. That was absolutely delicious. It's actually one of my favorites. Got the peppers, the onions, mushrooms, and so good. On my eggs this morning, I can show you a healthy breakfast looks like. This is very high protein, very good for you. You start your day off with something like this and you are going to see a difference the rest of the day. You're not going to be as hungry, you're not going to be as snacky. And that was category number 4. Okay, leading us into category number 5, we're going to kind of segue in between. So not only is this a vegetable, I'm pretty sure it's a vegetable, but it's very high in good fats. So you want to have all kinds of different nutrients in your body every day. So you've got your protein, your fat, and your carbs. You want to make sure that you're getting a good wide range of variety in your diet every day so that you get all those food groups and you get all those vitamins and your body gets what it needs. When it wants to just snack and eat constantly and not stop, that's because it's missing something. So you don't know what it's missing, but when you start adding more veggies and more protein and more fats, your body just naturally does better. So got this avocado, very good on top of eggs, avocado toast, not to mention, of course, a guacamole. I made a video about that. If you want to watch that, you can. So talking about some bad fats. So I don't even have it with me anymore. I used to have margarine, and I hear some rumors that it's like close to plastic. It's that bad for you. So you know that my family doesn't always eat exactly what I want them to do, but that is one thing that I definitely changed. You got to go to real butter, and you can even go fancy and get the grass-fed butter, and I'm sure that's much better for you, but that's not in my budget. So I just go to the regular butter. I buy it when it's on sale. It freezes beautifully. This is just a byproduct of something I would have normally just threw away. So this is bacon grease. So I can fry my eggs in it. I can actually added it to my human beans yesterday. Just a good fat. It's kind of like lard and all of those. Just a byproduct of meat that you would go ahead and normally throw away. So keep it in your fridge, it's ready to go for you. Olive oil is a good, it's a good healthy fat. I almost forgot my favorite one. So we got coconut oil. I get this at my local discount store. I paid $12 for this whole thing. So if you have a discount store, if you have like a Amish Mennonite community, check them out. They have a lot of bulk foods that are really good. And most of the time they're like organic and really good for you. So coconut oil, avocado oil, I put it in my little sprayer. I can link something like this for you. It's fabulous. I absolutely love it. It replaces this for me. So if I am going to buy something, I'm not going to buy Pam, I'm going to buy the olive oil. So this is better than nothing, but this is better than this. Does that make sense? So just better swaps. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Just baby steps is where it's at. So this is olive oil. You want to, if you're going to do any kind of sauteing, you want to do like maybe a mix of avocado oil and butter. It's a really good way to saute your foods and all of that. So that is good for our fats. And that was our final category. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and I hope you're getting some good information out of this. I am not an expert by any means, but I've been doing this for over 7 years, and I hope that these are my tips that I wish I could have told myself, and some of the things that I learned in the beginning. So we all know it, but you've got to cut the processed foods out of your life, right? So you've got some little chocolate chip muffins, you've got some chips, and all of these things are highly addictive, and they are not going to add any nutritional value to you whatsoever. So all the chips, try to make some kind of a swap for like a baked. These here are a good swap for like any kind of a Pringle or anything like that. Nuts are really good if you want to just get that hand-to-mouth action, but these are actually nutritious for you. Make your own homemade popcorn. That's a really good, easy thing to do. And I do want to show you while I'm on here, if you got a sweet tooth like me, this is actually the chocolate. 85% is what I recommend. And then if you want it a little sweeter, just add your sweetener. You don't have to eat this like this, but it's actually really good. Make all of my treats with it, different things like that. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that you learned something. So what I try to say is, if you can shoot for doing this kind of swaps 80 to 90% in the beginning, just try to make better swaps. They're really not that hard, and you're going to see the results almost immediately. I'm not talking about weight loss. It did actually happen for me. It can happen for some people, but just getting the junk and the processed foods out of your life is going to really help you. Your energy is going to go up. Your inflammation is going to go down, and just good things are going to happen. And I hope that you can start implementing some of these in 2025. These are easy swaps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But otherwise, I will see you later. Bye.